Welcome to Unraveling the Scriptures channel. When the African continent is mentioned, it is common for people to immediately associate it with Black African peoples. However, it is important to highlight the ethnic diversity present in Africa, including in the regions of the Northeast, known as Maghreb or White Africa. In this context, I would like to share curiosities about these lesser-known ethnicities, providing a broader and more inclusive view of the African continent. I would like to invite you to watch the video until the end. If you find it relevant to you, we would be grateful if you left a like and shared it with your friends and family. This action will help us continue producing more study content and videos for you. Enjoy another video from our channel. The Mystery of White and Maghrebi Africa. North Africa, often referred to as White Africa or simply the Maghreb, is a region that comprises the northern portion of the African continent. There is no single consensus on the exact boundaries of this region, but it is generally defined as extending from the Atlantic coast of Western Sahara in the west to the coast of Egypt and the Red Sea in the east. Countries commonly included in the North African region are Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, and Western Sahara, as well as the disputed territory between Morocco and the partially recognized Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. Historically, North Africa has been home to ancient and flourishing civilizations, including the ancient Egyptians, Carthaginians, and Berbers. Egypt, in particular, is known for its pyramids and impressive archaeological sites dating back millennia. The region also played a crucial role in Mediterranean trade, as evidenced by historic port cities such as Tunis, Alexandria, and Carthage. Culturally, North Africa is marked by a unique blend of Arab, Berber, African, and Mediterranean influences. Most countries in the region have a predominantly Muslim population, with some religious and ethnic minorities in certain areas. Economically, North Africa is a diverse region, with an economy based on various sectors including agriculture, industry, tourism, and natural resources. For example, countries like Algeria are known for their oil and natural gas production, while Egypt is a major tourist destination due to its antiquities and seaside resorts. Many people tend to associate this region primarily with the Arab population, but in fact, the original peoples of Northeast Africa are the Berbers. The Berbers, also known as Amazigh, are an indigenous ethnic group that has inhabited North Africa for thousands of years. Their presence in the region dates back to ancient times, and their culture and language have deep roots in North African history. The Berbers have a rich and ancient history, with traces of their presence in the region dating back to prehistoric times. They are considered the original inhabitants of North Africa and have historical ties to ancient civilizations such as the Phoenicians and Romans. The Berber people are diverse in terms of culture and language. There are different Berber groups, each with its own cultural identity, customs, and linguistic dialects. Berber languages, which are part of the Afroasiatic language family, are spoken by communities in countries such as Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and parts of Western Sahara and Egypt. Throughout history, the Berbers have resisted various invasions and conquests, including those by the Arabs and Europeans. However, there have also been periods of cultural assimilation, during which the Berbers adopted elements of the conqueror's culture, such as the Arabic language and Islam. While Arabs also inhabit and are the majority in the North African region, the native ethnicities are the Berbers, who are divided into various groups. The Berbers have inhabited North Africa for millennia, since the dawn of recorded history. While the eastern part of North Africa was home to the ancient Egyptians, in the 7th and 8th centuries, Arabs from the Arabian Peninsula in the Middle East conquered the region during the early Muslim expansions. Arab migrations to the Maghreb began immediately afterward, altering the demographic landscape of North Africa in favor of the Arabs due to Islamization. Many, but not all, Berbers and Egyptians gradually assimilated into Arab culture by marrying Arabs and adopting Islamic culture and religion. The processes of Arabization and Islamization have shaped the cultural landscape of North Africa over time. What stands out most among the peoples of the countries in this region is undoubtedly their appearance, language, and culture, along with various other traits of the local populations. What is most striking is the distinction of these populations from black Africans, due to their Semitic origin, mainly from the Berber and Arab ethnicities. For those less familiar, the Berbers have their own languages, known as Tamazight languages or simply Tachelhit, but there is a variety of other dialects that make up the Berber languages. When observing North Africa, especially countries like Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria, many people have difficulty distinguishing between Berbers and Arabs. This is because many Berbers closely resemble Arabs themselves, although there are significant differences between some Berber tribes and Arabs. While some Berbers closely resemble Arabs, many Berber tribes differ considerably by having lighter skin tones and distinct linguistic characteristics. Moreover, there are even Berbers with blonde hair and blue eyes. Regarding the similarities and differences between Berbers and peoples from the Middle East, such as Arabs, we can examine these aspects. Firstly, the countries and peoples of North Africa share a significant part of their identity, influence, and, obviously, their genetic, ethnic, cultural, and linguistic basis with the Middle East. Indeed, Berbers share a genetic, ethnic, cultural, and linguistic origin with the Middle East. This is because a large portion of Berbers themselves are of Semitic ethnic and linguistic origin, the same origin as the Arabs. Therefore, Berbers and Arabs are largely of the same Semitic origin, representing a common ethnicity or mother ethnicity of the peoples of the Middle East region, especially the Arabs. However, despite this common base, there are also significant differences between Berbers and Arabs. Many Berbers have a significant Indo-European influence in their DNA, resulting in striking differences. This influence is evident in many Berbers with lighter skin tones. Ancient archaeological records, such as those from Egypt, attest to the existence and appearance of Berber populations with lighter skin tones, especially in Libya and other regions of North Africa. The Berbers with light skin have inhabited the North African region for millennia. While this fact may not be news to some, it may surprise others given the stereotype of the African continent as exclusively inhabited by people with dark skin. However, Africa's diversity also includes individuals with lighter skin tones, influenced by ancient Indo-European lineages in their DNA. Specifically in the northeastern African region, Semitic peoples are predominant, but Berbers are also present, although closer to Africans in general. In Mauritania, for example, Berbers have an appearance more similar to darker-skinned Africans, such as the Tuaregs, although they still retain traits connecting them to Semitic peoples. This raises fascinating questions for historians about the appearance of ancient Saracens and Moors. In reality, the ancient Saracens, also known as Moors, were an ethnic mixture generally composed of individuals of Arab, African, and Berber origin, dating back to Indo-European peoples who inhabited North Africa. This diversity is documented by Egyptology, as evidenced in images of ancient Berbers that I am sharing here. The Egyptians recognized and portrayed them, as can be seen in these ancient paintings over 3,000 years old. For those unfamiliar with the ancient Moors or Saracens, they were essentially those who invaded the Iberian Peninsula, resulting in Muslim domination of the region for over 7 centuries. These Muslims, predominantly of Berber and Arab ethnicity, invaded and dominated not only Portugal and Spain but also a part of Italy, Sicily. When examining ancient representations of the Moors, we noticed that they exhibited Arab Semitic features, with light skin tones, lightly bronzed or in shades of beige or yellow, soft eyes, and arched noses. Additionally, there were those with darker skin tones and brunettes. And to conclude, one last curiosity for all of you: if you are descended from Portuguese, Spanish, or even Italian ancestry, which is very common in countries like Brazil, where 25 million Brazilians are pure descendants of Portuguese and 100 million are descendants of Portuguese mixed with other ethnicities, as well as in the United States, which hosts a great ethnic and cultural diversity. If you have any Portuguese, Spanish, or Italian descent, it is very likely that you have some Semitic origin. This is because these populations, both Italians, Portuguese, and Spaniards, had some intermixing with Semitic populations from northwestern Africa and the Middle East. Thank you to everyone who watched the video up to this point. May God bless you all and see you soon.